This is Brian at Business Phone Specialist. This is our third video out of 3 on the partner system, how to make your system more secure. This video we're going to show you how to take the disallowed list that you just created and apply it to your phone extensions. Now you may only have 3 or 4 or 10 phones, but we need to apply the disallowed list to every extension on the system whether you have a phone or not. So that's extensions 10 through 57. It's important that you do that. Now, if you've downloaded the paper of the phone numbers that you should block, there's also a template that we have that you download, as well as the instructions. Now, the instructions look like this, and they'll be on the website, businessphonesspecialist.com, near the link to this video. And then there's going to be a copy of this template. It's not going to have the holes cut out, but it's just a reference. So what you do is you'll want your instructions out, but it's pretty easy. You hit feature 00 to get into system programming. You do this from 10 or 11, extension 10 or 11. Then you press the left intercom twice and it will say system programming. Now to create the list we dialed pound 404. Now to apply the list we dial pound 405. And it will say, here's your disallowed list. What extension do you want to apply a disallowed list to? So we'll start at 10, and again we're going to go to 57. So you hit 10, and it says which list number, and you hit 1. And then you can assign it or unassign it by hitting 2 or 1. Okay. Now here's where it gets really easy. You'll reference the template. Okay. It's these buttons here. If you have more than one list, you can push this button here, the up, and it will say, here's extension 10, here's list 2. And then you can select 1 or 2 to assign it. Now you may have created 2 lists, you may only have 1. Now how do you get to the next extension? There's a couple different ways, but what I like to do is reference the buttons on the template. This is the third button down on a partner 18D. And it will say previous procedure, which is to create a disallowed list. Then you go back to the next procedure where we're disallowing 2. So we'll do the next extension, 11. And it will say which list number, 1. And do we want it assigned, yes or no? 1 to assign, 2 for no. So here again, it says which extension and which list. This is extension 11, list 1. It's assigned. So we want to go to extension 12. The easiest way is to either go next or previous, which are these 2 buttons here without the template, and then come back to this disallowed extension 2. So we'll go extension 12. You may want to keep a sheet. Make sure you don't skip an extension. Which list number? Number 1. So the display says extension 12, list 1. It's not assigned, so we press 1. Okay. Then we'll go to extension 13 by basically going to the previous and then next feature. This gets us back to disallowed list, and then we're on extension 13, and it says which list number 1. That's not assigned, we'll assign it. So disallowed extension 13, list 1, assign. Then we'll go previous, next, we're back to disallowed list extension. We'll do the next extension 14. Which list number? 1. Again, we'll assign it. And you just got to go through that all the way to extension 57, regardless of how many phones you have plugged in. Then to exit the programming, you can either hit feature 00 or simply lift up the handset and hang it up, and it will return to normal.